In a kingdom far, far away, there were 3 beautiful sisters. Their father, who was the king, often held balls because his daughters loved to dance. But while each of the princesses danced very well, the youngest one could not dance as well as her older sisters.
You could be a little bit more graceful when you dance, Mia.
The little princess couldn't dance gracefully, even though she really wanted to. Even the guests around were looking at her strange dance and making fun of her among themselves.
Yuck. What kind of dance is this?
Why is she moving like that?
I will never dance again.
Mia was so upset that she immediately left the ballroom and locked herself in a cabin deep in the forest. Looking at the stars in the sky, thinking how to dance well, she noticed a young man passing by the house. The man was dancing so gracefully and beautifully under the moonlight that Mia admired him and went outside. At that moment, when Mia suddenly screamed because of a squirrel that was rushing between her feet,
Ah! What was that?
the man stopped dancing and their eyes met.
Are you okay, ma'am?
Well, I'm fine. I think I was afraid of a squirrel.
This is their nature, ma'am. Please don't be scared.
Mia couldn't resist and asked the man how he danced so well. The man showed the shoes he was wearing.
I'm a shoemaker. I use precious materials and make magic dance shoes. That way, I can dance freely in the woods every night.
Oh, I can't believe it. I need a shoemaker just like you.
The shoemaker took out 3 pairs of magic shoes from his bag and placed them in front of Mia.
Close your eyes, make a wish, and choose one of these 3 magical shoes for your luck. But remember, every shoe has one big rule. If you don't follow that rule, the shoes can do whatever magic they want on you.
Mia immediately closed her eyes tightly. The shoemaker, on the other hand, swapped the shoes to leave it to chance which magic shoes Mia would pick.
Now you can choose a pair of shoes.
Oh, please let me be the most graceful dancing girl at the ball.
Mia selected the bright red shoes with her finger and opened her eyes.
Take them. These are yours now. But don't forget, you should wear the shoes only when you see the full moon. If you do otherwise, you cannot take off these magic shoes anymore. That's the rule.
Mia enthusiastically took the magic shoes and went to the palace. The princesses were very surprised to see their sister Mia so excited and happy.
Mia, where are you going that fast?
What is that in your hands?
Huh? What? Nothing.
Everyone gathered in the hall of the palace for another dance ball evening. Mia's princess sisters started to dance gracefully as usual in their most beautiful outfits. Little Princess Mia put on the magic shoes she got from the shoemaker and danced in the palace hall. She danced so beautifully, she kept up with the rhythm of the song so gently that the princess sisters and guests marveled at Mia.
Magnificent, so gracefully.
Wow, she is dancing so beautifully. Mia was dancing gracefully, but the shoemaker's rules slipped from her mind. Because there was no full moon in the sky that night, while Mia was dancing, she slowly started disappearing. Only her dancing magic shoes remained. At that moment, everyone in the hall started screaming in fear and running away.
Did you see that? Oh my gosh!
Mia! No! Oh, Mia disappeared!
Mia opened her eyes when everyone was screaming, but she couldn't understand what was going on. Standing in front of the largest mirror in the living room, she saw only the magic shoes she was wearing, not herself.
Whoa! I've become invisible! I did not follow the rule of the shoes! They stuck to my feet! Oh! I have to find that shoemaker!
No one could hear Mia's voice. In fact, everyone was leaving the palace in panic because of the red shoes running left and right in the hall. Mia immediately ran out of the hall. Princess sisters followed her. 3 princess sisters were walking through the forest in the dark of night. When they arrived near the cabin, they saw that young shoemaker.
This man! How well he is dancing! His shoes are just like Mia's. Plus, his bag is full of shoes.
Mia's sisters asked the shoemaker for help. However, when the shoemaker said that she had to wait until the next full moon for the spell to break, Mia got very upset and started tapping her feet non-stop.
There is one more solution, but if we do that, your shoes will lose their magic and become just ordinary shoes. If you agree, hit your feet together 3 times.
Mia thought it was better to give up the shoes than to be invisible. And she hit her feet together 3 times. The shoemaker in the front, Mia in the back, they went to the bottom of the well a little further away. The shoemaker jumped to the bottom of the well. Seeing this, the princess sisters were very surprised. After a while, the shoemaker came out of the well with a full bucket in his hand.
I will sprinkle this full moon dust at your feet and break the spell.
The spell was indeed broken when the shoemaker sprinkled the full moon dust on the magic shoes, and Mia reappeared. Her sisters immediately hugged her.
Mia, you don't need spell or magic to dance gracefully.
Because everyone should dance the way they're happy.
Yes, you're right. Thank you, shoemaker. Thank you so much.
From that day on, little Princess Mia danced in her own way as she always wanted to.
Little Mermaid, Deep Blue Sea. Once upon a time, there was a huge castle on the ocean shore. There, Prince Edward and his wife lived happily. Her name was Arya, and she was a mermaid.
Here's my home, deep blue sea. Everything is fun, friends with me. The king called me the Little Mermaid, the very best daughter of the king of the sea. Just look around, you will see the joy, a beautiful life, and the ocean roar. Just look around, you will see the joy, a beautiful life, and the ocean roar.
Deeper in the ocean, in the dark cave, was another castle, but this one was an evil castle. The Sea King's evil sister lived there, planning and plotting to destroy the Sea Kingdom and take her brother's throne. One day, the evil sea witch Vega was swimming on the ocean floor with her sidekick, Snake. And she saw a mirror with a purple frame stuck in the sand. A magic mirror here in the bottom of the ocean. I wonder where it came from.
Yes, take it to the caves, Your Majesty. It might be useful.
The sea witch took the mirror and went to the cave. As soon as she arrived, she stood in front of the mirror, but did not see a reflection of herself or anything else. Days passed, and still the magic mirror only swirled and floated. The sea witch did not understand how it worked, and just as she was going to throw it away, the whirlpool started to change. Inside the whirlpool appeared the owner of the magic mirror. It was the evil Queen Hela. Mirror, mirror, what do you think? Show me, show me, show me. Where did you sink? Vega was surprised to see that there was a land woman in the mirror. And Snake hid in fear.
Your Majesties, the woman in the mirror is not used. Yeah.
Vega the Sea Witch came close to the mirror and responded to Hela. This magic mirror is in the dark waters under the seas and is in the possession of Poseidon's sister. That's me. Hela and her chamberlain Dunkov could not believe what they saw. A sea woman with long tentacle legs. Dunkov had heard about the Sea Kingdom and whispered to his queen about the powers of that world. Hela was very interested in getting new powers from the ocean, so she made an offer to the Sea Witch. Well, Land Witch Sandwich, how about I make you a deal? You evil-hearted queen, you help me out with the problem, and I will give you the Book of Spells, which contains very powerful spells. The Sea Witch Vega told the evil-hearted Hela everything about the mermaid Arya and the Prince Edward. She said that if she could capture the prince, she could gain control over the Deep Sea Kingdom forever. It was 3 days later that Prince Edward began preparations for a sea voyage on his father's ship. Just like always, he went to the bow of the ship and looked at the clouds to check the weather.
Haha, the sky is clear, the weather is sunny, and the clouds are high. Perfect conditions for sailing.
Next, Prince Edward was going to lean over the railing to see if the waters were calm. But the prince's dog barked and ran to him. The dog tried to pull him towards the land.
Whoa, whoa, what's wrong, old boy? Do you sense danger?
And just then, the sky suddenly darkened. The clouds came together and blocked the sunlight. Huge waves appeared on the horizon. Queen Hela was using her crystal ball to control the clouds and winds around the prince's ship, and the Sea Witch Vega was creating giant waves through the crystal pearl. Then an enormous wave swept over Edward and pulled him to the water, to the bottom of the ocean. Back at the castle, the mermaid Arya saw the terrible storm and ran towards the dock to find Prince Edward. She ran to the dock where Daggy had just swam back from the storm.
We don't have much time, Daggy.
Snake, who was waiting at the bottom of the ocean, found the prince and tied his feet and took him to the underwater cave. Mermaid Arya gathered all her courage and dove off the pier into the sea. But Vega saw her through her crystal pearl and suddenly turned the top of the water into ice. So Mermaid Arya fell right onto the hard ice and hurt herself. She tried to break the ice with her hands and feet, but it didn't work.
Oh no!
I can't get into the water. It must be Vega trying to stop me from saving Edward. At that time, her tiny friend dolphin, Dolphy, who realized that Arya could not dive into the sea, came to her, and he tried to break the ice with his nose, but it was too hard. Then, Seagull Ringo came to help. He tried to break the ice with his beak, but he also failed. Time was running out. Prince Edward was imprisoned in the cave of the Sea Witch and could not hold his breath much longer. Vega, the Sea Witch, stood before the Black Mirror. Black Mirror in the sea, show that Sandwich Queen Hela to me. I did what you wanted, Squid Legs. Now you have to give me the Book of Spells in return. The Sea Witch took the Book of Spells from the potion closet and thrust it through the whirlpool inside the mirror. But tiny octopus arms on the book stuck to Vega's arm, and she could not let go. And so, the magic mirror transported her into the land where Queen Hela lived. No! It can't be! How did I come here? I have to turn back to my cave! While the Sea Witch flopped around on land, the tiny dolphin Dolphy had gone for help. He asked the giant whale, Willy, who lived in Deep Sea Kingdom, to help break the ice. The giant whale Willy and the tiny dolphin Dolphy swam towards the surface of the water. Arya, who realized what Willy was doing and was very happy. The big whale swam upwards and managed to break the ice on the surface with his strong nose. Mermaid Arya immediately jumped into the water and swam towards the evil Vega's underwater cave. As soon as Arya entered the water, her feet turned into a mermaid's tail. Her friends Dolphy and Willy swam with her and reached the cave of Vega the Sea Witch. The double-headed snake was standing guard at the entrance of the cave. He saw someone coming. He called out to the Sea Witch, who he thought was still in the cave.
Your Majesties, they have come. Where are you? Do something!
Big Whale Willy had enough of the snake, so he trapped him in his huge mouth.
No. I hate whale breath.
And it's dark in here.
Help us.
Quick, search all the rooms. I'm going to the Bone Dungeon to look for Prince Edward. When Mermaid Arya reached the Bone Dungeon, she saw the prince unconscious on the floor. Arya squeezed through the cracks of the bone cage and then placed magic sea sand into the prince's mouth to help him breathe under the water. Suddenly, a magical light surrounded the prince. His feet slowly disappeared, and they were replaced by a red fishtail. So, Prince Edward awoke and began to breathe underwater.
You're alive!
Arya! I can breathe underwater! This is a very good feeling. Thank you. You saved my life.
Come on, let's get you out of here, my prince.
The mermaid Arya and Prince Edward, now a seaman, held hands and swam to the surface of the water. Their lives, filled with joy and happiness, continued in the sea and on the land.
Hi, birds. Do you think we could get wings sometime? That'd be so cool.
After days of flopping through the dirt, the Sea Witch finally reached the sea and returned to her cave. And when she saw that Prince had escaped, one way or another, I will enter that deep sea kingdom.
Here's my home, deep blue sea. Everything is fun, friends with me. The king called me the Little Mermaid, the very best daughter of the king of the sea. Just look around, you will see the joy, a beautiful life, and the ocean roar. Just look around, you will see the joy, a beautiful life, and the ocean roar.
In a country far, far away, there were two sisters, famous for their arrogance and jealousy. They were so jealous of their sister, Beauty, that there was nothing they wouldn't do to have her beauty and happiness. That day, as the sisters were getting ready to go to the piano recital that Beauty was going to give, they started to argue, as usual.
Ugh! Why did you take my comb again?
First of all, it's not yours, it's Beauty's. And secondly, even if you comb it, your hair doesn't look like anything good.
Finally, when the comb broke and there was nothing left to fight, the sisters started making plans to upset Beauty. On the other hand, the evil witch Rosa, who lived in a huge castle, looked at her ugly face in the mirror and threw the dried roses in her hand to the ground.
Ugh! They just don't work. I'll be ugly forever.
Even when the witch Rosa was a young witch, everyone made fun of her ugliness. She tried thousands of spells and magics, but she couldn't get any better. One day, while she was about to crush the roses in her garden and make perfume to remove her ugly smell, her cat Mir got tangled in her feet, and the bowl of crushed roses fell over the witch's head. At that moment, the big moles on her face were gone. Her fluffy and ugly hair had become like silk.
Huh? My nose! My hair! My hands! I'm beautiful! Mir, look! I'm beautiful now!
The witch Rosa, who found a way to become beautiful, would wake up early every morning and cast the spell until a prince came and plucked the roses in her garden. While Rosa was covering her mirror with a sheet, she heard a crack. Two sisters, Barbara and Bianca, jostled through the castle door.
Is this the witch Rosa's castle? Hey! Is there anyone there?
The jealous sisters of Beauty were very frightened when they suddenly met the witch in the hall of the castle.
Who are you? And what are you doing here?
The sisters complained to the witch that Beauty was living a life she did not deserve, and that they wanted to end her happiness at today's piano recital.
So what do you want from me?
Cast a spell on her. Let her be fat like a ball, so that the prince will not want her.
But the prince will love her even if she's fat.
Then let's imprison her on the top of the mountain with 7 caves.
But the prince will find her there too.
When the sisters couldn't agree on a kind of decision and continued to argue, the witch Rosa cast a spell with her hand to silence them. She took a purple bottle from the potion cabinet and held it in the hand of one of the sisters.
Drop 3 drops of this potion onto Beauty's piano. Then you can thank me.
The sisters left excitedly. It was evening. Beauty saw her sisters come to the piano recital too.
Barbara, Bianca, my dear sisters, I missed you so much.
We might have missed you too, maybe. How small is your house?
Small? This is a palace, though.
And the piano is too old, huh?
Not old, actually. Antique. And very valuable. When Beauty was away, Barbara secretly took the potion out of her pocket and handed it to Bianca. And Bianca dropped 3 drops of the elixir on Beauty's piano. Beauty did not realize this. Came and started playing the piano. Black smoke appeared around her. The song that was playing suddenly turned into a loud noise. Beauty was banging on the piano keys with everyone's astonished stares. Prince Richard tried to calm Beauty, but failed. All the guests left the palace in shock. The sisters also happily went to the room reserved for them. The next day, Beauty started yelling again at everyone she saw.
Princess, what happened to you? What's wrong?
What happened? Isn't it enough to be married to a beast? Oh!
Prince Richard was very upset by what Beauty had said, as if his good-hearted, gentle princess was gone. Instead, a cruel, angry woman came. Beauty was firing a cook, a gardener, a maid with a new excuse every day. The sisters were watching with pleasure and waiting in their rooms in the palace for the day when the prince would leave Beauty.
I wonder if this palace remains for me when the prince leaves Beauty.
As I am the elder, both the palace and the prince are my right. On the day Prince Richard was fixing the keys of the piano, he noticed an empty potion bottle lying under the piano.
Oh no! What if this bottle...
Picking up the potion bottle, he knew it was the work of the witch Rosa. Immediately, he got on his horse and set off for the witch's castle. The castle door opened with a bang, and Prince Richard entered.
What do you want from us, witch? Why did you cast a spell on Beauty?
It wasn't me who did it. It was Beauty's sisters.
The prince desperately asked the witch Rosa how he could fix this.
I will break the spell. Only if you give me something to bring back my Beauty.
Prince Richard took the wish necklace that he always carried with him, the only memory of his mother, from his pocket, and handed it to the witch Rosa. He said she could wish whatever she wanted, but she had to wait for the full moon 3 days later. The witch Rosa took the necklace and hid it in a box. She cast a spell towards the mirror and turned to the prince.
You got what you wanted. I broke the spell on Beauty. But if this necklace doesn't work, fear me, Prince.
The prince happily returned to his palace. He went to Beauty and told her what had happened one by one. And Beauty called all the employees and apologized to all of them. Seeing this, Barbara and Bianca accepted their defeat.
Oh, no!
And left the palace. The witch Rosa has not yet realized that beauty and goodness are not outward appearances. Whereas if a person's heart is good, the light on his face is always beautiful.